The First Crusade was one of the most sensational victories of the medieval era. Christian knights from Western Europe secured control of the Holy Land, including the sacred city of Jerusalem. But despite this triumph, travel through the Holy Land remained dangerous. After the Crusade, the bulk of the army returned to Europe. Fulcher of Chartres, a priest who decided to remain in the New Kingdom, records that only 300 knights and 300 foot soldiers made up the standing forces of Jerusalem in the year 1100. Christian pilgrims arriving by ship faced grave danger as they traveled to Jerusalem via roads infested with robbers and Bedouin raiders. It was during these perilous early days that Hugh of Payenne, a French knight, arrived as a pilgrim to the Holy Land. Hugh felt called by Christ to act as a protector to travelers. Hugh joined with another pious knight, Godfrey of Saint-Omer. Hugh and Godfrey gathered together a small band of knights and committed themselves to protecting pilgrims. Day in and day out, they braved the dangerous roads of Palestine, guarding travelers on their way to pray at the Holy Sepulchre of Christ. Hugh's brotherhood attracted the attention of the King of Jerusalem, Baldwin II. In 1120, King Baldwin formally endorsed Hugh's mission, granting him as a headquarters a portion of the Temple of Solomon in Jerusalem. The Templars gained an even more prestigious patron when they received the endorsement of Saint Bernard of Clairvaux. "Go forth confidently then, you knights," wrote Bernard, "and repel the foes of the cross of Christ with a stalwart heart." Bernard's endorsement caused the fame of the Templars to spread. Their mission inspired kings and nobles across Christendom, and donations poured in. Before long, Templar houses were found all across Western Europe. Armored Templars, clad in white tunics, emblazoned with a red cross, became important members of the military establishments in Spain and in the Crusader states. Their mission in the Kingdom of Jerusalem expanded dramatically, as they were granted strategic castles and territories to safeguard. For the Templars had developed an iron discipline that made them the finest army of their era. The Templars lived like monks, praying and working according to a strict routine, but in addition, they included rigorous military training and organization. Over the course of the Crusades, the Templars were frequently on the front lines. They were with King Baldwin the Leper in 1177 when he crushed Saladin at Montgisard. They were at the Horns of Hattin in 1187 when Saladin defeated a Crusader army. They were with Richard the Lionheart in 1191 when he smashed Saladin's troops at Arsuf. They were at Las Navas de Tolosa in 1212 when the kings of Spain annihilated the Almohads of Morocco. As they expanded, the Templars developed a sophisticated financial operation to help pilgrims. The financial competence of the Templars prompted many kings and lords to request their services as money managers. One such king was Philip IV of France, who in the early 14th century borrowed liberally from the Templars. Loath to repay what he owed, the king concocted a series of false charges against the Templars, accusing them of heresy, sexual impropriety, and witchcraft. Historians today are in wide agreement that Philip's charges were fraudulent. Philip's agents arrested the French Templars, some of whom confessed to the charges while being brutally tortured. But among those who would not confess was Jacques of Malai, the Templar Grand Master. King Philip had Jacques and other Templars burned at the stake. From the flames, the last Grand Master called God's vengeance down upon the French king. Because of the power of the French monarchy at the time, Philip was able to pressure Pope Clement V into dismantling the Templar order in 1312. Even in Philip's own kingdom, most people were horrified by what the king had done to the Templars, still widely regarded as heroes of the Crusades. Many saw God's justice in Philip's agonizing death after a hunting accident in 1314. Today, a plethora of sensationalist legends have developed around the Templars. Some believe they were magicians or heretics, while others believe they became Freemasons. Although such ideas have been liberally employed by novelists and filmmakers, as well as conspiracy theorists, none of it is supported by the historical record. The reality is that the Templars were an order of brother knights dedicated to Jesus Christ, the Church, and the cause of the Crusades. To learn more about the Templars, start with the following two books: The New Knighthood by Malcolm Barber and The Knights Templar, A New History by Helen Nicholson.